We're back at it, and today we're talking about a new shoe from New Balance, the New Balance Freshfoam X More V5. Just got this in the mail. I have not put any miles in. This is just a first look, kind of going over some of the tech specs of this shoe. I promise you I will get plenty of miles into this shoe. I'm about to get into marathon training, but I got this in and I got a lot of questions about this shoe. Honestly, the V4 I loved. I used that for my last ultra marathon training. So I did a lot of running on a rail trail and I found that to be perfect. It babied my legs. And when I saw that they were coming out with the V5, I was a little like, okay, well, it looks the same. But then when I dove a little bit deeper into it, I realized it's not the same. It's not the same at all. The new Freshfoam X is a lighter compound than the Freshfoam they were using the previous versions, and it does feel lighter. It definitely feels a little bit squishier too. I mean, I can't tell, you kind of see it a little bit in the camera. It's just not the same compound, and it definitely feels a little bit lighter. I still have the previous versions. I was walking around the house with both of them, and this one definitely feels a little bit lighter. I also think the upper, it's still a plush upper, don't get me wrong. They definitely made it plush, but it feels a little bit more streamlined to me. To me, the other one was a little hot at times, because again, a lot of my training is done in the summer in Pennsylvania. This feels a little bit more streamed down, and it feels like it has a little bit more areas in which it could be breathable. Again, have not run in this, but we're still in a heat wave in Pennsylvania, so by the time I do take this out, it's still going to be pretty darn hot. The other thing is too, rubber at the bottom is pretty much the same. You're not going to get too much out of here. This is, to me, a daily trainer if you want a lot of stack, a recovery day shoe, and a long run shoe where you know you're going to go long, distance-wise, time-wise, and you really don't care about the pace. I'm not using a more shoe if I want to go do a 16-mile run with speed work in the middle. It's just not going to. This is not a super trainer. This is a max cushion shoe, and it very much feels like that when you're walking around. A max cushion shoe, in my personal opinion, is not, it doesn't have a plate in it, and it's really not meant to be mixing it up with paces. I've had other shoes where like a Hoka or a SC trainer where you're out there and it has a plate where you're going 18 miles and in the middle you want to throw in some speed work and it works like a gem. To me, the More V is more of that max cushion cruiser of a shoe. You know you're going to be long out there and you just want to baby the legs. And I can tell you, Freshfoam just babies the legs. Look at that. And in this shoe, they did gain a little bit height in the shoe. I believe, again, it has not been confirmed, it's about 40 millimeters in the heel. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now, a lot of you might be saying, whoa, look at up there. You sit in a lot of this. This is not the whole chunk in which you're sitting on, but 40 millimeters is still a freaking lot of foam. It's still, I believe, again, a 6 millimeter drop. It's not the lightest shoe by any means. I believe this is closer to like about 11 ounces of my size. I will drop that in the description to give a full, but again, it's not the lightest shoe, but it's definitely not the heaviest. And for me, having this in a rotation is really nice because again, babies my legs, and I like training sometimes in a heavier shoe. By the time I get to marathon day and I throw in that super trainer or the super shoe, and it weighs like nothing, it feels like I'm wearing nothing. If you always train in light shoes, you're not going to get that fun surprise and that help. So again, this is just a first look, kind of going over some of the specs that I know about this shoe. I plan on putting a ton of miles in, so definitely keep your eyes out for that first impressions and that full review. Again, I'm entering in marathon training, Steamtown, this upcoming fall. So you know your boy is going to be putting this through the ringer. Definitely stay tuned.